Yo, what's up, YouTube? Long time no see. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down the personal action plan that I have used to sell over 300 tickets to my events. And this is in backyards, actual LA places. Like, I did an event with 2 stages, so hey, I kind of know what I'm doing. I run these events with my homie Germ, so yeah. Event planning is kind of a heavily gate-kept industry, so I want to just help out all those newbies out there that are kind of struggling how I was in the beginning. Because honestly, I would have paid hundreds of dollars for the information that I'm giving out today. So make sure to stick around for the full video because I'm going to be dropping some absolute gems today. We're going to be breaking this down into 4 different phases, and I'll break down a little bonus phase in the end. Phase 1, that's going to be ideation and planning. Phase 2, securing a venue, setting up staffing, and getting all your supplies for the event. Phase 3 is going to be selling tickets through promotions like flyers, Insta posts, etc, etc. And then phase 4 is going to be actually throwing the event itself. I appreciate y'all so much. I apologize for being MIA for so long. My mental health just been honestly in the gutter, but you know, F it, we ball. I just dropped some new tees right here, right here, right here. Smaller sizes are going fast, so hey, if you want to support me in this channel and help me continue making cool content, I would really appreciate if you go check out the website and cop a piece. I'm gonna put a little discount code right here that'll allow you to get free shipping on your first order. So yeah, let's get right into this video. So phase 1, ideation and planning. Now this is often the most overlooked and most underappreciated part of event planning. I've seen multiple events crash and burn because they're poorly planned and the idea is just not a solid one. First thing you're gonna need to do is obviously figure out which city you're gonna throw this event in. For me, I throw my events in my local city. I've also thrown an event in LA, but you just gotta make sure like where's the city that I'm throwing this at, so you can kind of find artists that are within your area. I do music festivals slash pop-ups, and at my events I like to find artists that are local so they can have a local pull to the events, and that's how you kind of ensure you sell out tickets, because you're having these local artists here that have a local audience that is going to come to these actual shows. Also, you're going to have a solid concept. For my shows, the concept is that these are underground shows, artists that maybe someday are going to be way bigger and I personally believe in. I want to share art that I find inspiring, that I find cool, and that's kind of what our festival is all about, One Fest. And I think that's why we sell out every year, because people pull up there to support cool local artists that are their homies, that are their family, their friends. They come there and then they see like, dang, there's these other really cool artists that I can go check out, and that's kind of the goal of my events. Now, I've seen other shows that are more dance and rave inspired, and I've seen other shows that are more focused on specifically rap, but for our shows we want to like a good mixture of the community of our local area and kind of want to just bring up the artists and have them perform in front of a crowd. And we've successfully done that multiple times. This last event sold over 100 tickets. You know, you just got to make sure your idea is solid before you actually start securing the venue, setting up staff, getting supplies, and then you realize, oh, the idea is trash, and then you fail really hard. That leads me perfectly into the next point, which is phase 2. So once you have that solid idea down and you have everything kind of planned out and prepared, you're gonna want to work on securing the venue. So for our shows, we've done both backyard shows and actual warehouse shows in LA. I can say the difference is pretty large. So in the warehouse show, it was a lot bigger of a venue, so we were able to hold 2 stages at that event, which was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, like people were telling me after the event how insane it was, but the problem was the artists that we had just didn't pull enough tickets to really justify the spend of like $3,000 for that event space. So that's why I really recommend the route of, when you're first starting, securing a backyard, a local shop. If you have a big backyard or you know someone who does, that is the best option. You can slide them a few $100. If they're really cool, they're gonna let you use the venue, their backyard, for free. Just make sure have people respect the pad. Having a solid venue is totally essential to having your event go right, because that's definitely one of the most overlooked parts of event throwing. Securing a venue is a lot harder than it sounds, because a lot of places don't want to do single day leases, especially not for cheap. You just got to find the right place in the right area. And the second part of phase 2 is going to be setting up staffing. This is something that me and the homie Germ have learned the hard way. When we threw our first event, we had a security guard and they were doing ticketing as well. Our security guard got quickly overwhelmed because they had to do ticketing and security, so it was kind of hard for them to do their full security job. And then the second event, we had to pay over $300 for like security guards rather than just having homies that we hired. So just make sure you have your staff really set up, have someone who can do ticketing, scan the tickets, make everything official, and make people feel like this is a safe space. Because when people walk in, you don't want them to feel like, wow, the security's trash, like I don't feel safe here. If you have a solid security team and a solid ticketing team, you'll make sure there are no issues. It is a common thing where people will try to sneak in. Don't let that happen. Make sure everything is organized and set up. Make sure your staff is all on point. Give them all a brief before the event to make sure you're all on the same page with the event and how things are going to go, how they're going to scan the tickets, let people in, the price of at-door tickets, etc., etc. Once we set up the venue, the staff, we're going to start needing to set up supplies. So this includes getting drinks, this includes getting food, easy ups, whatever you need. And say you have like 100 people, you're going to have a different speaker setup than if you're throwing an event with 300, 400 people, because more bodies changes how the sound bounces through a crowd. So you're going to need a bigger speakers and a sub. But if you're throwing a small backyard show, you can get away with just running 2 speakers that you've rented out for $150-ish from Guitar Center, which is what we did. But I would highly recommend running a 2-speaker, 1 sub for the music, because it's just going to make everything sound way more balanced within the mix. And going along with that, there's another important staff member that I often see at backyard shows and events that is being overlooked, and this is a sound technician, a sound engineer. Shout out our sound guy, DJ Aviator. He really held everything together for this event and made sure everything went smoothly, because if you don't have a sound guy, you could easily blow speakers. Everything could go wrong. You don't know why your levels are off, vocals are too high, music is too low, you know. So having a sound engineer there just make sure everything goes smoothly and the music is playing throughout the whole night. There were definitely some issues that we went through during the event with peaking and levels and just things cutting out, and since we had a sound guy there, he was able to fix those issues quickly and get everything back on track and on time. Make sure that you are really locked in and have that set up when you're getting your speakers, because that's something that's often overlooked. Now that you have your idea down, you know how much people are there, and everything is going to be planned out, you have a venue secured, your staff is ready to go, and you kind of got an idea for what supplies you need. You're going to want to start selling tickets, right? What's an event without selling tickets? You can sell tickets at door, and I've seen events be successful with selling tickets at door, but I highly recommend doing pre-sale tickets on a website like Posh VIP, Eventbrite. You can run it through your own Shopify store, and I recommend selling them $5 cheaper. So for our event, pre-sale tickets were $12 and then at door was $15. So it kind of encouraged people to buy tickets early. It gave us more of an idea of like how many people are going to actually be showing up. When you sell tickets, I like to make sure like the artists that we're booking, we're tracking how many tickets they sold. So I would have like an artist and I'd be like, hey, when person checks out, they can select Jefu, they can select Germ, they can select whatever artist we have at the event, right? And they can choose which one they're going to go see. And this is extremely helpful for just seeing who you want to rebook at future events, who really sold the most tickets and got the most pull at your event. Make sure you have some sort of way to track who's selling the tickets, whether that's a discount code, giving the artist physical tickets. There's a lot of different methods on how to do this. Once you get your artists all secured and lined up, you're going to want to work on an event flyer, right? Personally, I cook up flyers for all of my events. I can put up some work here, and I think they look pretty good. So hey, tap in if you need any flyer work done. I'm always here, and that's probably like the thing that I'm best at. I really enjoy making flyers for events. I have a really like fun time making them, and I think my flyers are fucking good. Tap in if you need any flyers done. I got you. And also in tandem with the flyer that you're gonna want to have all your artists sharing about, you're gonna want to put out at least 1 video a day. This is the difference between our event, I believe, and a lot of other events that I've seen, is our consistency with content. We went out and shot at least 1 day per week and batch recorded 7 to 8 videos every time we went out. And this just allowed us to have a day where we can go film for 4 hours, get everything done, and then during the week we don't got to stress about filming and getting content done, because batch recording content just makes everything way easier. This can go for running a clothing brand too. Just batch record your content and get it out. Make sure you're using captions that really relate to your audience and get people to go. Selling tickets is easy if you have proper promotion. Just make sure sure you're having that sort of omnipresence out there and people are seeing like, oh, like this artist reposted it, this artist reposted it. And especially if it's within a local scene like our event was, people can really see like, oh, these are all the artists that are here, and I keep hearing about this event from my friends and seeing it on stories. You kind of create this omnipresence around your event. People want to go just because they keep hearing about it. Promoting daily and just getting that flyer around really helps getting your event to sell out. Phase 4, once you have gone through all the previous steps and you have finished doing all your promotion, it's gonna start coming to event day. Now this day is probably gonna be the most stressful day of all. I was a little bit stressed out for this day myself. We had a lot of things to do. We had to pick up speakers, we had to get everything set up, all the supplies and power set up, got to get a stage out there. So it's just a lot of different things we had to do. So having friends come out and help you just set up everything will make it way smoother. Make sure everything is looking nice for the actual event. So you want to make sure people come into your event, they're like, wow, this is a cool, fun experience, and this is something that I want to visit again, because building that community around your event is really what makes your events thrive. People that come back to go see another show, like they come to see 111 Fest and then they come back because they're like, 111 Fest was so awesome, I want to tell my friends about it and bring them to the next event. Build a friendly, positive environment with good security, you know, and cool vibes, lighting, food. Be really chill and greet everybody when you're there, and your event will go smoothly, you know. We sold out our event using these steps. After your event's done, a little bonus tip, post pictures of the event, have a camera crew at the event taking pictures and videos and stuff. Just kind of share the experience of that event, so when people go to the next one, they kind of have like an idea of how your events look and how your community looks. I hope this video was helpful to y'all. My bad if I spoke a little bit fast. This is something I'm extremely passionate about. I love event planning and throwing events. If you found any gems, let me know. I just dropped some new teas, so if you want to support the channel and me, it's the first link in the description. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see next on this channel. I'm really trying to get back into the swing of things and get consistent with my content again. I know I kind of fell off, but I appreciate all those who have stuck around. Love y'all so much. Have a great one. Yo, so this is Jefu. My bad on the absolute garbage lighting. It went really successful. We ended up selling out the show. It was just super cool to see everybody out there vibing out with cool music and just pulling up, you know? So, hey, more stuff to come. Now I gotta do the fun task of putting away all of this stuff in my car, and tomorrow I gotta go return the speakers and all that fun stuff. But hey, 1-1, baby. I love life.